One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a team from the SEC, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Canes about to kick it away and get this season started. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic than they get him on the ground at the 20. They go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this one.
Let's talk for a minute about LSU. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win, and if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to go higher.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room, so important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on 1st down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side.
How about that? That's already the 3rd target this guy has had. On the opening drive of the game, he is a big factor for their success throwing the football. He's got to win the matchups. Even though that one goes incomplete, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Now, guys, when it comes to LSU, by no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
He gets it up to the 37-yard line, and let's see if they're willing to gamble on fourth down.
That's why, as a defense, you feel okay playing man coverage on third down, because you know you've got linebackers and you've got players on your defense that can cover these dangerous running backs mano-a-mano. Nice job tackling in the open field.
Takes it on the return. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Leaves it with the back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. Second and 10, really hard. Third and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? And the Hurricanes in the hurry-up to the ground to try to move the chains. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. It's complete to the right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Working well behind the sticks on second down. From the gun to give, looking for room. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Throws to the wideout. Connection to the right. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. And the Canes are rolling down the field. The give to the back. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
The Canes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to throw, it's Nelson. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
That's caught. It's Davidson. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Here comes the heat. He's got it on the move. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. They'll try to run for it. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Hurricanes racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll try to get it in with the run. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And at this point on the field, I guess why not try to guess the snap count? Defense gets caught, still first and goal. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Here's the return from inside his 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Johnson looking to throw. He'll pull it down. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to go up top on first down. He's going to take off. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. He's open on the right. That's where they'll mark him down. But what a play there to pick up a first down.
That's a really nice job holding that pass in. And you think LSU has just been such a breeding ground in recent years for receivers. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, OBJ, Jarvis Landry. They all have the ability to make a play anywhere on the field. And that's what this guy can do. You can line him up anywhere. He can run routes at all 3 levels of the secondary. The defense has to know where he is lined up every single play.
The Tigers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wide receiver going in motion. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Johnson wants to throw it. Bought a little time, lets it go. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Sends it back in motion. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 4th down, going to the air. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Caught in the backfield. It's Lofton. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
The They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge third down coming up. He'll get rid of it. Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on third down, doesn't convert this time.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
I'll tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players. Certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
Really good coverage by this defense. They were aware of everyone on the field, and including the running back. A lot of times those guys get lost in the shuffle, but they saw him. They knew the ball was going to him. They braked on it, did a good job, and got in his face just enough to cause him to lose some focus and drop that football.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down.
And sometimes these QBs, man, you just want them to hang in the pocket maybe just a little bit longer. It's third down. I got a little bit I got to get, and I think he pulls the football down, tries to make a play with his feet, but the defense does their job and forces the fourth down.
They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. They're in field goal range here on fourth down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a cheap shot field goal with where they were on that fourth down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Quickly complete. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They're facing a third down. The offense changing the play. Johnson looking to throw. It's picked off, and they ruined the drive with a turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover one, man coverage. And did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage. You jam them. And it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process. And that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Man, as a quarterback, you've got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Trying to make magic with his feet. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half. And the Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to throw deep right side. That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Caught near the sticks. It's Jacobs. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple first downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleed.
To the air, it's Nelson. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Man, how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And you just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. He just barely got enough of that one and just barely kept it straight enough, too. And that lead grows even bigger. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Tigers will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. And when your defense is performing like this, pitching a shutout, you want to find a way to reward them and help them out a little bit, David.
And I guess that's the upside for this offense. Their defense has been so good, but man, oh man, they've got to find something, Jesse, that they can hang their hat on, something they can do to move the football.
It just feels like at this point, they kick one more field goal and this is ball game because of how well their defense is playing. So I think offensively, just don't do anything stupid and give the game away.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. At the 40, there he goes. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Hurricanes. Once he got some room, it was over.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
And they'll try to tack on 2. On the snap, it's Davidson. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Bounced right back to them.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Johnson wants to throw it. Quick completion on the out route. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
You see it so much in college football where they motion a running back out of the backfield. What are they looking for? Man coverage. Are you trying to cover my running back with one of your linebackers? If you are, I'm going to take advantage. I love taking advantage of the mismatch with your running back out in space. Keep doing that.
And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Got him downfield. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback, to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling, Reese, but they are an intimidating crowd.
To the air on 2nd down. Still looking, on the move. Makes the grab, it's Berry. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Fires to the right. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Takes it the other way. The 40. At the 30. And a super return as he takes it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. DB's right up on the receivers. On the direct snap, it's Davidson. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line. 3rd down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. Looking to throw, it's Nelson. The throw to the outside is complete. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. How valuable is a tight end in the red area? Now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
I love it. Find the big fella down in the red area. Big target, works the middle of the field, easier throws. Nice job by this offense, keeping it very simple.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Canes! And the pummeling has started.
And the second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point, in game 1 going exactly how they scripted it.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Quarterback making checks. To the air on 1st down. He's going for the big play. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense.
He's going for a big play downfield. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more room. He's at the 40. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There's a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
Quarterback on the keeper. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. They'll send the back in motion. On 4th down, looking to pass. They make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take no...
It's picked off, and another empty drive. He was hoping for that interception. For the touchdown, but he's brought down at the 27. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Wants to throw. It's Nelson. Under fire. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Got room on the return. About the only good thing that happened for the offense on that play, at least it wasn't a pick 6. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those O-linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the DB getting the interception, you know, if you can break that play and you can get past that level, it might be to the house. It might be to the crib. Lucky that wasn't a pick 6 if you're on offense.
He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. And the Tigers moving quickly to the line. Looking downfield on 1st down. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on 1st down in the red zone.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And you just got to wonder if the pass rush affected the QB's accuracy on that throw. He had his guy wide open in the end zone, but he had to throw it a split second faster than he wanted to.
Oh, he's got some space. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. LSU moving quickly, going to work again on 1st down. Johnson looking to throw. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. This should be the last play of the quarter. Wants to go up top, buying some time. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Now just about ready to snap it to start the 4th. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Turning to the running game here on 3rd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
And finally, man, this offense, they have struggled all day. They've been shut out all game. Finally put a drive together, got some points on the board, got some good mojo. Maybe they can take this into next week. I know it's been a bad day, but sometimes these type of things can carry over.
A pretty short drive there, covering 38 yards. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. On the move from inside his 5. He's out of bounds at the 27-yard line, to a couple extra yards of field position for this offense to start. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
Trying to get the edge on the toss. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock. And they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. Touchdown, Miami! And the beatdown has ensued.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
He's got it. 2-point try as good as they build on this lead. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Johnson wants to throw it. He slings it deep to the left. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. All right, guys, let's talk LSU. Unless there is a dramatic turn of events, this is not going to be a way to cool off that hot seat.
And they're going to have to be able to handle adversity and handle the outside noise moving forward, because losing this game in week 1, all the detractors, all the naysayers, that noise is going to get louder. That hot seat is getting even hotter. And I think all eyes are going to be on this program now, David, seeing how they turn the page and move on from this.
Then I give you Exhibit A. Jesse Palmer just turned up the hot seat.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one.
Right there, I think you need a better play call. You got to help your quarterback out a little bit, because the throw has got to at least make it to the sticks. On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that first down. I think you need to start being a bit more aggressive here when these third downs present themselves.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Pocket breaking down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Didn't make it any easier on themselves on 1st down. Now 2nd and long from the 21. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Complete to the left. Oh, he got loose. Flying down the left side. The 20. He's at the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown LSU.
Hey, QBs love their big tight ends, and especially guys that can do such great things after the catch. He catches it. Dang, Palmer, he looks like a daggum receiver after he catches the football.
What a matchup nightmare, too, man. I mean, he's just too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. If I'm this QB, I'm looking that guy's way a lot more often in this one.
Why not double the try total and go for 2? Johnson looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. It's incomplete, so the 2-point conversion no good, but there is a flag on the play. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Use the play fake, now to throw. On the run, still looking. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there.
I love it. The defense brings extra bodies near the line of scrimmage. They choose to blitz, get to him, try to speed up the processor just a little bit, force the scramble, no damage done. Nice.
There he goes. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. And the Hurricanes are in the hurry-up.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
And I think this is where coaches really earn their money late in games, right? It's in the 4th quarter. You got the lead. Do you want to stay conservative and run the football? Because I see the defenses, they start to get aggressive, and so sometimes you can take the other hand and take advantage of it.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Dropping back, it's Nelson. Throws to the wideout. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Man, what a break on the football. He read that the whole way. He just couldn't finish it. You know he saw the end zone. He saw the grass in front of him to break on that and maybe take it to the house, but just a missed opportunity.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Touchdown, Tiger. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
It's really hard as a quarterback because you got your eyes downfield, you're trying to find an open guy, you're trying to negotiate the rush, and all of a sudden people are swatting at the ball. They hit you, they knock it out. Got to do a better job next time of keeping 2 hands on the ball so you don't get it scooped and scored like what happened right there.
He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Quarterback adapting. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Back to throw, it's Nelson. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
That's one thing this defense takes a lot of pride on. They like tackling the catch, and they like being around the ball. That time, he was in proximity to knock that thing loose. Nice physical play.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the catch, converts on 4th down, is still on his feet. Turns it on down the left side. And the ball slipped out. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
All right, offense, it's your turn. We got to get something together here. We got to get 2 scores, so they got to work fast. Defense, we just did our job. We just got you the ball back. I know there's still a long way to go, but got to make something happen really quickly.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. He wants to change this route. He'll start this drive firing. Unloads it left. It's complete. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset.
Wants to throw again. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Johnson wants to throw it. Finds his man. It's Berry. He was running through tackles and picked up the 1st down and finally got knocked down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Floating away. Blasted as he lets it go. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, we've got a chance at a finish.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a 1-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. They got the touchdown they needed. Now trailing by a field goal, they'll line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground, and most of the time...
Breaks into the open. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. It's Davidson. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a 2-possession game. And guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. To the air, it's Nelson. He stopped short on the two-point conversion attempt. They went right back to the well with the man who scored the touchdown, but he couldn't get it in for the two. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Wants to go up top on first down. Buys a little time. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Got it! He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
And, man, that's a big-time play for this offense. This quarterback, he's put the ball in harm's way. He's already had a couple of interceptions. This ball was kind of a 50-50 ball. Nice to see the receiver make a play and get some yards after the catch. Make a big play for this offense.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. And it's picked off for the third time today. The 50, the 40, the 20. Touchdown, Canes! The defense gets it done with that huge interception return. I'm sure they don't like the score, but they haven't done anything about it, so they're just going to have to eat it right now with the way they're getting smacked.
Just take it, right? I mean, you'd like to say, hey, take a knee, run the clock out. You don't have to run the score up, but I can do something about it, right? All my guys in there still have to fight until the final whistle.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of two-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Making side adjustments here. Johnson looking to throw. Turns it loose deep. And it's picked off for the fourth time today. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play.
Timeout, Miami.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And as the ball goes to the turf, the clock has hit 0. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses. In this game, it was no different.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.